Yeah. Also, somewhat related because I was talking about Lord of the Rings and the lore and everything. Uh, because I've sort of conceded that I'm not going to be finishing and playing Elden Ring anytime soon, I've decided that I'm just going to go ahead and watch lore videos. I'm gonna watch the lore videos. I'm gonna watch the Zuli videos, all of that stuff, to see all those details that I would have missed, or all the details about the game. And it's funny because that's something that I would normally reserve for when I beat the game, right? When I beat a Souls game, it's like my victory lap. It's like my nice little, it's my reward for all the suffering of actually playing those games, is that I get to check out the lore now, check out the story. And yet, because I've decided that I'm not going to be playing that game again, not anytime soon at least, I've just decided to go ahead and watch all of that shit. And it's great. I'm loving it. And in fact, maybe this is what I'm going to be doing for all Souls games in the future, is I'll just not play the game and I'll just watch lore videos, right? That way I don't have to suffer and I can just enjoy all the details. No, not Vati. I stay away from Vati though. I'll watch like anyone else but him. I think that the way he tells the stories, like, it's fine, but there's too much of himself in the video. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's putting in a lot of effort of himself to kind of put himself into, not the story, but his own certain brand and his own certain style to tell these stories, where I would rather prefer a very boring person just reiterate the story and the details and the background and the lore in the most monotone fashion available. Just read it to me in the most boring way possible. I'd almost prefer that. And in fact, Vati doesn't talk at all, right? Or sorry, Zuli. Zuli doesn't have a voice. They just simply have text. And I vastly prefer that, right? Bacon, part of me wants to do a straight build for one of the master grades, but it also feels like a waste not to paint it well. I mean, you could just build it straight up for now, and then leave the option open for later to do something with it. If you build it in a certain way that leaves that flexibility, you can do that. But yeah, I know I sent you some pictures of 30-minute missions models, what some people have been able to do customizing them, and I'm very, very impressed with the possibilities. Very, very cool. So yeah, I bought one kit, but I'll probably buy more. Bacon, especially for Souls games where things are more ambiguous. Right. And he did get into a little bit of trouble in that respect, because there was some people that kind of called him out on that he was kind of making inferences where there really wasn't any evidence for the fact. Like, he was presenting something as fact. I guess that's the best way to put it, when there really wasn't enough evidence for that. In his defense, though, I will say that in his defense, he is really, really good about paying. Well, I don't know about really good, but he does hire some illustrators to do some of the artwork for his thumbnails and stuff, and he pays them. Like, he'll hire a real ass artist to do that stuff, and he'll pay them good money. Actually, I don't even know if it's good money, but at the very least, he pays them. That's the best I could do. I could give him. yeah, I've been watching some details about Elden Ring. Really, really interesting stuff. Really cool stuff. Mostly Zuli's videos, but there's a few others that I've gotten the queue that I want to check out. Like, man, I love the world. I love all of those details. But I'm watching these videos and I can't help but think, this is really interesting, but at the same time, I kind of don't care, because I guess because I haven't played the game to the fully, right? So it's hard for me to feel invested in all of the details and stuff. But even if I did beat the entire game, like, I don't know, like, it seems like everyone that I talk to, right? Like you, Night Trap, and Mojo, you all seem so mentally checked out of the game by the time you beat it that, like, I don't think it would have mattered if I beat the game and watched the video, or if I didn't beat the game and I watched the video, because it's like I said, y'all seem so mentally checked out of it. So it's like the same, because that's how I feel already. You know what I mean? And I'm watching the videos, and it all seems so interesting, all of the lore and all of this stuff. But I'm like, meh. But what if they actually told the story in a way in which I didn't have to watch a video to explain it to me? How about that? And we've gone over this before, but it's just, this was their opportunity. They had shed the name Dark Souls. They had this big author that they had ready to get all these casuals on board, right? And it was an opportunity to make a game in a new way, and yet they still just made the game in the same way that they always did. And it's a bit of a missing opportunity, in my opinion. Bacon, the lore is actually really neat. Yeah, from what I've seen, and again, all the little details, how things that you're seeing in the world, and for example, like what is it, the rot and the roots and stuff, how there's like little eyeballs in it, and then there's like the turtle creatures that have eyeballs in them, or the crabs rather, and that's all kind of like stemming from Godwin, who's like dead, the big giant dead guy. And all the roots are kind of like, if you align where Godwin is in the underground, if you align that with the overworld map, you can see that on the overworld there's like a lot of roots and a lot of crabs and shit with eyeballs. All of that stuff is so cool, but at the same time, it's like, if it wasn't for Zuli, I probably wouldn't have seen that. Like, I probably wouldn't have known. And I just wish there was a better way to make me care, to make me see all these little details, and to feel like I'm really in the world. Bacon Plus, I feel the game didn't do a good enough job presenting these bits of lore. Yeah, pretty much.